I'm Yiting Liu, immediate past district director, and I'm honored to be District 55 Leadership Committee chair. And for the past few months, we have a complete DLC committee member leadership team to work very hard to recruit the leaders for the next fiscal year. I want to thank the team. It's a tireless work, and that's WAFA 01, DTM, PDD representing Division K, Paul Zerk representing Division G, Bart Lozer representing Division I, Nichelle Stone, DTM, representing Division J, and Betty Puckett, DTM, representing Division H. So we have a good pool of candidates, and that DLC has nominated. We have the entire team, and each candidate will be interviewed by one of us committee members, and each candidate will have 10 minutes of time and with 5 questions, and we'll have a timer, Wendy, Lord, to time your speech. And it's 1 to 2 minutes. You'll get a green at 1 minute. You'll get yellow at 1.5 minute, and 2 minutes you'll get red, and there is no grace period, or we'll ask you to stop. So with no further ado, we're going to get this exciting showcase started. And I will be interviewing our district director nominee. That's Dawn Trejo Colvin. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. District 55 is a large district covering Central and South Texas. How would you lead effectively to promote both program quality and club growth? District 55 is a large district covering Central and South Texas. How would you lead effectively to promote both program quality and club growth?
Thank you so much for that question, Ating. That is at the forefront of my mind and strategy. When it comes to servicing the area that we have, the only way for us to be successful as a district is to work together. So I will be leading on the leadership team that we have and encouraging new leadership, because at District 55 and Toastmasters is where leaders are made. So we'll be engaging more members to become more active in the leadership aspect, as well as supporting the clubs. And the fact that we have so many that are hybrid helps with some of the travel, but I do look forward to us being more involved and continuing with the amazing program that we have this year, following up with club ambassadors, DTM support, and additional programs that help build the membership and the membership experience. I hope I answered your question.
Thank you. What will be your priorities for the district to achieve its goals? What will be your priorities for the district to achieve its goals?
My priorities for the district to achieve its goals is to shift the focus back to the member. And I foresee an evolving the culture to have more of a safety net, evolving membership to make every meeting experience like a magnet, and to evolve the standard practice with purpose to continue building on the success and leadership that we have built. One of the best examples that I have seen of that was in a speech that was delivered by someone else. And the picture that I have is as we're reaching up for someone to help us, we're also reaching back to help someone else. And that's how we continue to empower others. So it's empowerment, and it's changing the focus from numbers or strategy to the value of the membership, how to create such value in our clubs and membership that they can't wait for the next Toastmasters meeting.
Thank you. How do you deal with the criticisms and disagreement you may receive as a district director? How do you deal with the criticisms and disagreement you may receive as a district director?
First, the first thing that I will do is listen with an open mind and gather as much information as I can, depending on the circumstances. Every circumstance is different. And I do know that there will be conflict. There's no avoiding it. But if I can learn as much as possible so that I can make an educated decision on how to best resolve it, I think that that is the best way to approach it. And active listening is key in every relationship and in communication. So I will start by listening.
Thank you. Knowing that our district has not been distinguished for a decade, what will you do to make the district distinguished? Knowing that our district has not been distinguished for a decade, what will you do to make the district distinguished?
That is a great question, and I look forward to District 55 walking across the stage distinguished because we put the members first, because we chose to make the experience so enlightening, so enriching that we win members back, that we build clubs and bring clubs back, that when we encourage individuals to know that when they leave Toastmasters and they stop growing. And evolution is the antidote to stagnation. So we need to keep things fresh and challenging so that the members see the value and stay.
Thank you. The next question will be your last of the 5 questions. I would like to give you the time to make your closing remark. what would you like to tell the District 5 members? What would you like to tell District 55 members?
I would like to tell District 55 members that my experience with Toastmasters has been so enlightening, so enriching and empowering. And I have beautiful relationships that have been lasting the test of time. And I really want to build that same experience for for all of the District 55 and Toastmasters members. I have a vision of evolving our district to evolve the culture, fostering more of an environment where there's more safety, and that we're more afraid of not trying than falling short. By using my background, I want to ensure that every leader feels supported to take bold and imperfect actions. I want to evolve the membership, as I stated earlier, to make the meetings so magnetic, so powerful that we won't lose any clubs. And we will have new members tearing down the door to come in. We will ensure that growth is a natural byproduct of high value membership experience. And we will continue to evolve the standard of practice with purpose, with training goals, empowerment for pathways, making sure that we have pathways check-ins for all of the VPEs so that they have go-to individuals as well as the members, and continue to build on the experience.
Time's up.
Thank you, Dawn. Well, I truly appreciate Dawn being here tonight, dealing with the life challenges and difficulties. I'm glad you're here. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So we're going to move on to our next interview. I'm going to introduce DTM Wafa Owen, past district director, and one of our DOC committee members, and also co-chair with me. Wafa is going to interview DTM, our program quality director nominee, Tracy James.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Hello, Tracy. My first question is, since the PQD is responsible for membership retention, what would you do to minimize member attrition?
Wafa, that's a great question. Good evening, everyone. Member retention, that's a good question. Member retention is centered around having fun events. If our club meetings are fun, members automatically want to stay. They automatically want to come. They don't want to miss any meetings. Do we need to add a little creativity to some of our meetings? Maybe so. Maybe, and also share throughout the district some creative ways that we could have a little fun in our meetings, such as a backwards meeting. I've met some Toastmasters that's never participated in a backwards meeting. And again, if we just add some creativity to our meetings, the members will want to stay. They will want to participate. They don't want to miss any speeches. The clubs, they will clamor over each other in order to sign up for speeches. And there are some clubs that have that right now, but we want to spread that throughout the district so that all of our clubs have that same flavor of wanting to participate in speeches for member retention. Thank you.
the goal for the PQD is the distinguished clubs. How can you motivate clubs to achieve more education awards?
Thank you, Wafa. I think in motivating our clubs, I think the club success plan is one piece of it. If our clubs understand what that puzzle means, some of our folks, they just didn't want to participate in it at all. And I think it was just because they just didn't have a clear understanding of what it actually means. And there are some clubs that actually show the boards, they show participation boards for points and everything. And I think that's a big motivator too, when some clubs show the progress that they're making. And there's some clubs that do it digitally. I think that if we can just kind of get creative and just show some various means of how the progress and what the progress actually means, we can offer incentives as well for clubs to participate, because in some clubs are more competitive than others. They really want those incentives, so they will go after those DCP points and those educational goals. Thank you.
Thank you. What advice do you have for clubs who are not following the Toastmasters program?
Oh, Wafa, thank you. I know you're out there and I'm coming after you. There are several that are not doing pathways, and I'm coming to look for you. We are going to work on you. We know that you don't like pathways. We get it. But we have some ways to help you understand pathways. We have it digitally and we have it old school too. We know you're out there, dinosaurs. We have it on paper. We're ready. We're coming for you. We're going to go at a snail's pace. We got it. We got it for the grasshoppers, the ones that pick it up quick and fast. But there are some snails out there that do not want pathways. We're going to help you understand pathways. If I help you and you help me, we can get through this together. And of course, look at our icebreakers done the correct way, our level ones, our level twos, level threes done correctly. So we're coming for you. We know that you're out there. We're just going to look at some creative means to kind of help those areas, those clubs that are not interested and they're not doing pathway speeches. And the speeches that they're giving, they're good, but they're just not in line with pathways. That's okay. We're going to help fix that. We're going to look, and some of those speeches are contest content. Oh my goodness. So if we could just tweak this a little bit and just guide them on the right paths, we can help fix this. Thank you.
Speaking of contest, as far as I can remember, scheduling contests has always been challenging. So how are you going to improve the scheduling process and promotion of the contest?
Wafa, that's a great question. One of the things, and per my background, is I like to do long range planning. If we do long range and backwards planning, the contest will be very simple. First of all, and the planning will start from the spring conference, which will be in May 2027. From there, all of the contests will be scheduled, and I know that everything has to be completed 2 weeks prior to that, to include the DCE meeting. It has to be completed. So if the calendar is already presented, area directors will just have to pick their dates. The dates will be given to them as far as their availability. I even have almost want to say I have the locations locked in. So all they have to do is just pick their dates and get their teams, get it on the calendar, and that's an easy solve there. Promoting the contest, we're going to work hard with our webmaster to keep everything updated. We know that things change, but we're going to keep our webmaster updated and push out dates, info via text, email, and then just do some real, what we haven't done in our clubs too, that old school printouts, just old school printing. We're going to go there to promote our contests and just get the information, get the word out. Thank you.
Last question. How will you get more people to attend TLIs and the district conference?
I love it. Wafa, The TLIs, again, we're planning to have a variety of the TLIs. The surveys were done. We asked the card questions of what do you want? Now we're ready to serve it up. We got it. We're going to have it online. We're giving the variety too. The smorgasbord. We're bringing back the smorgasbord. You know, with the smorgasbord, you kind of get to eat as much as you want. Well, with the TLIs, you can pick which one you want, whether you want to go online or in person, and that's for all locations. To promote the conference, we're going to have a dynamite lineup of conference speakers. Again, you will have to pick your choice of which session you're going to want to go to. You won't be able to attend all of them. You're going to have to flip a coin to see which one you want because they're all going to be so amazing, so interesting. You're just going to have to figure out which ones you want to go to. We're going to promote via text and again with our webmaster and getting that information out. And then also too, we're going to make some old-fashioned phone calls and reach back to some of those folks that just don't answer their email. That's okay. I'll find you. We'll call you. Thank you.
Tracy, you get the chance to make a closing statement.
Well, fellow Toastmasters, District 55, I look forward as the candidate for the program quality director. I feel I am the most qualified because currently serving as the club growth director, I can see the connection. I can feel the connection. And as I hand off the baton to whomever the candidate is coming behind me and whomever the candidate is for the district director, I can see that building right there. For our events that are coming up, information being put out, set forth, and participation, I look forward to it. We're going to have an amazing year and bring back some of those old school things that we used to do. Just building and online and in person, especially when we do our in-person events. And if you haven't been to a TLI with Miss Betty Puckett, I'm telling you, you are in for a special treat. Kerrville, McAllen, all of the Valley area, don't think that you're forgotten. You're not. We're looking for you. We're coming for you. We have not forgotten you. Austin is going to help us. Austin is top heavy. That's okay. They're going to help us. San Antonio, stand ready because we're coming together, especially to put on this amazing spring conference that will take place in McAllen 2027. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy. And I'd like to return control over to our chair. Back to you, Etung.
Well, thank you, Wafa. Thank you, Tracy. Next, I'm going to introduce Paul Zerg to interview District 55 Club Growth Director nominee or candidate, Bill Frederick.
Good evening, Bill Frederick, and thank you for your service. My first question stems from experience down here in South Texas. I was looking at the dashboards yesterday, and we have 5 clubs in South Texas. 3 of them are paid clubs. There are a total of 37 paid members. Among these clubs, there are currently 9 DCP points that have been achieved. None of the points come from education goals. What needs to change to see growth, and what would be your strategy?
Thank you, Paul. That's an excellent question. The answer could be this simple, perhaps. What do the members want to accomplish when it comes to their public speaking? Simply ask. It sounds simple, it sounds old-fashioned, but really it can work. Ask them. We have to remind ourselves sometimes as leaders that sometimes we need to go back to the basics and just simply ask the question, what are your goals? What is it that you want to get out of our program? How can we help you accomplish those goals? There's times where we have to step back, reassess where we're at and what we're doing. And as leaders, we need to do that. I find myself in those situations from time to time, just coasting along. Everything's all honky dory. Next thing I know, exactly what you just stated. Why isn't anybody getting any education awards? Let's take a step back and take a look and ask the question, are we helping you achieve your speaking goals? Thank you for the question.
Thank you for responding. My next question is, what metrics matter to you most in District 55? Net club growth, member retention, or chartering new clubs, and why?
I would have to say C, all of the above. Every single piece is important and plays a part. Some are at some points more important than others, but overall, every single piece plays an important part at some point throughout our program year. There's times where we do have to look at the numbers. There's times where we have to look because those numbers can be a reflection of quality. What can we do to shore up quality? By shoring up quality, we're going to shore up the numbers. That basically goes back to the first question that you asked me. Are we meeting the members' goal? And if we do that as leaders and ask the question, are we meeting their goals? That will have the ripple effect where we can adapt and change and make sure that we have a quality program that is meeting the goals and needs of the members. Thank you for the question.
Thank you. As club growth director, how would you motivate division directors and area directors to prioritize growth and member retention? And at what point do you step in if they're not fulfilling their duties?
Please state the question again.
How would you motivate division directors and area directors to prioritize growth and membership retention? And at what point would you step in as club growth director if they're not fulfilling their duties?
That's an excellent question. I see the role of myself as club growth director being one of an educator and a teacher and a motivator, and making sure that not everybody is aware of everything that we have. Even I find new tools out there to help do my job as a leader. And it's a matter of going back and seeing what tools that they may possibly need that they're not looking at. There's so many things out there that can help our area directors and division directors. There's reports on the dashboard monitoring the DCP. It sounds like a numbers game, but it's not, because when you look at that, that's your starting point to find out what's going on. And that's only one layer of the onion to look at. And as you go further in and meet with the area directors and division directors periodically, how are things going? Have a conversation with them, find out what their situations are. And then that way I can go look for the tools that can help them be better in those specific areas that you just mentioned. Thank you for the question.
Right. Thank you, Bill. As an incoming club growth director, you have an idea of what challenges you will be facing in the district. What are your ideas to overcome the top two challenges?
That's a great question. There's challenges every turn. However, if we stay solid and steady in our growth like we have, we'll be successful in the out years. Solid, steady performance and club growth. However, also expanding on membership retention. Membership retention, what does that mean? That means quality, excellence, elevating that for our clubs. That means working with area directors and division directors to see what the pulse is. And it's not just a numbers game as a club growth director and looking at these clubs. These are members. And it goes back to, are we meeting the needs of our members? And if we are, then that's going to solve hopefully a lot of the issues and help overcome the challenges that we face. And I think working together as leaders, we can be more successful in the out years. But thank you for the question.
Thank you, Bill. And my final question, along with the district director and the program quality director, how would you work together to develop the growth of future leaders? And think July 2027, how would you like to be remembered?
As program quality director next, hopefully I don't get fired. That's an excellent question, and that's always a challenge. It's been extremely hard and difficult, let's face it, since COVID. That's really put a damper on the leadership recruitment. What can we do? Some other speakers mentioned it, fun. Bring back the fun. We've always had fun, but we need to leverage that fun and remind people how much fun we have. I love speech contests. I'm a speech contest junkie. I love them. I always like to tell people, this is what you can learn. This is what you can get out of the speech contests. Let's get excited about what we're doing. Let's not let the burnout burn us out. Let's relight that flame and fan it and use our excitement for the program to get our other members excited and bring them back to the flame, just like moths. And I think we've done it before and we can do it again as a district. We are a successful district and we will continue to be a successful district. But thank you for the question.
Thank you, Bill, and thank you for being here and dressing up for the occasion. And I'll turn it back over to Yiting.
Thank you. We have just finished interviewing our top 3 officials, what we refer to as a trio. Thanks to all of you to be willing to step up to serve our district. Thank you, District Director Candidate Dawn Trinholm Coleman and Program Quality Director Candidate Tracy James and Club Growth Director Candidate Bill Frederick. Thank you again. I'm going to move on to our next category of interview for division directors. Division directors are elected officials in the district, and it's a very difficult job. When I was a division director, and it happened at the same time when COVID happened, and it was not easy. And the division directors have to work with the top 7 and the trio leaders, and also you are leading a team of area directors and dozens of clubs in your division. So thank you for being here. I'm going to introduce Julian Quaker. She is running for Division K director. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
What is your vision for your Division K?
My vision for the division is to really engage our members. We've had a strong year. I've been an area director in Division K, and every club is exciting. They have such unique perspectives, and they just come together and make it fun to be a leader in this district. So I'm very much looking forward to getting to know all of the clubs better, to continue building the relationships that I've built with some of the clubs so far, and to help to inspire them to recruit others to reach out and become leaders within our district. I have found so much joy working more and more with our district, and I want to be infectious and help others to ignite that spark.
Thank you. What is the most important achievement a Toastmaster member can achieve? What is the most important achievement a Toastmaster member can achieve?
So my first thought on that is that, well, everybody wants to become a distinguished Toastmaster. And while that is a noble goal, I think one of the best achievements a Toastmaster can be is being willing to get up and give a speech. Doing that very first icebreaker can be nerve-wracking, and I know many people who have put it off and put it off. But once they get past that first speech and then get brave enough to give that second speech and realize that we have such a caring and safe environment for them to learn and grow, that when you start to see them reach new heights and ascend the path that they've set out for themselves, that really is the most meaningful experience for a Toastmaster, is to see their progression and their own growth, becoming someone they never thought they could be. And so.
Thank you. What ideas do you have to help members who are uncomfortable with the technology enroll in pathways?
So I experienced that quite a bit with my own clubs, with clubs in my area. And my thought is that being willing to be there for them, to provide that support, to give training as they need is going to be the most beneficial. And it takes a lot of work and a lot of dedication, but that's what I'm devoting to this area, is that I'll be there to help support, to answer any question. I'd love to say that I would be there 24/7, but that's an unrealistic goal. But anytime you reach out, I will always respond, because that's my role, is to help you grow. If I'm growing, you can grow too. And I want to just encourage everybody that you can do that. I don't care if you're just brand new to technology or if you've been doing it for ages, but it's not something that's insurmountable. Getting through pathways, while it can be a little tricky and somewhat difficult at times, it really is a great tool. And I have learned so much by just getting in there and clicking around. I've discovered that I can't break it. So if I can't break it, I'm guessing that most anybody else is not going to break it either. Thank you.
Thank you. What do you want to accomplish as a division director? What do you want to accomplish as a division director?
I really want to help contribute to our district, to help with that growth that we talked about. I'm very excited. I think our division is kind of growing in geographic, and so getting to know all the areas and finding where we can recruit new members is really what I'm looking forward to doing the most. To me, the biggest reward I've had in Toastmasters is the community that I've built and the support that I get from members that I have met. And I want to be able to provide that and help to continue that community and continue to grow it. So I'm really looking forward to taking time to get to know members on a one-on-one basis And, they're not just another number. They're not just, oh, they're just that club. No, they're people and they're part of our community. So I'm really looking forward to helping that to grow and get stronger.
Thank you. The next question is the last one question. What are your two strongest leadership skills? What are your two strongest leadership skills?
I like to think my enthusiasm is one of those strong leadership skills. I like to be the cheerleader. I was never able to be a cheerleader in high school. And so now as an adult, I get out there and really want others to excel. I try to lead by example, so I don't try to ask people to do things that I'm not willing to do. I and I just feel it's important to motivate others, to spend time to find out what their fears are and help them to overcome it. I think the other leadership strength that I have is I can create a vision that inspires. And so when we get together as our Division K, the first thing I want my areas directors to do is, what do you want to see happen? And then I want to help to make it real to them, just in words. Let's talk about, does that mean we're going to grow 5 additional clubs, one for each of our areas? Or is it going to be that each of our clubs is going to get 5 new members this year? But whatever that picture is, I want to paint that picture so it's so real to life and so achievable to not just our area directors, but each and every member in each and every club, so that we all can walk that path and feel the joy and the pride of saying, here's what we brought to the district. Because as I heard others say, we're a very strong district and we're leaders within the Toastmasters world. So I want to make sure that everybody understands that, yes, it's a personal growth, but we all contribute and again build that community. So thank you very much for those questions, Yuting.
Thank you, Julian. Thank you for stepping up for running the Division K director.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to introduce our committee member, Betty Puckett, to interview our district Division H director candidate, Mark Stella. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Betty, do you have your questions?
Yes.
Okay.
Mark, what is your primary goal for your division, and what are your plans to achieve this goal?
Well, I've been sitting here listening to all of these answers, and initially I had some profound responses that would have altered the course of history forever, but you've all stolen my thunder, so anything I say now is just going to sound lame. My goal for Division H, I would like for Division H to be the most educated, motivated division in District 55. And to do that is going to require some collaboration. A leader, I think, and I best lead through collaboration. I've taken all this, the test for leadership. Are you a red or a green or a 1 or a 2? Man, I'm red and 1 and all that, all the way up and down the spectrum. But my primary leadership skill is collaboration. And I collaborate through motivation. I try to meet people where they are. And some of the things have already been said. I think in order to reach these skills, you've got to have people following you. One of my mantras in life is if no one's following you, you're not leading. So I'm going to have to share my vision, which is getting all the officers educated, trained and educated, and getting people enrolled in pathways. That's the steak and potatoes of this whole thing. So collaborating, providing a vision, staying in touch with my area directors, making sure they understand where we're going together as a team.
Okay, thank you. How would you handle a area director that's not meeting their responsibilities?
Again, it's going to have to, I'm going to have to stay in constant contact, and then some of them might have to be, massaged a little more than the others. Everybody is different. Even though it's a team collaboration, you have to approach each individual differently. So an individual like that might need more massaging, more communication, more texting, more emailing, maybe in a phone call, maybe even sitting down at lunch and saying, look, how can I help you? I don't think we're on the same pathway here. I don't think we're heading towards the same goal. Am I missing something here? Have I not clearly articulated my goals? What do you need from me? How can I help you get on board, get on track with where we're going as a team in this division? And then sitting and listening to that individual, because he or she might have some information I wasn't aware of. Maybe I've gone off half cocked and didn't realize it, which I had done before in years past.
Okay, thank you. Considering the many responsibilities of you as a division director, how will you prioritize when everything seems urgent?
Well, I think we're going to have to do a little triage. And what I would do, the first thing I'd do is I would find myself a good mentor, someone who's been there before, and try to, pick their brain, say, look, here's what's happening. It seems to be falling apart. Am I looking in the right direction? Am I placing emphasis on the right place, or do I need to readjust my pressure points? I think another thing that you do when things seem to fall apart, you call a team huddle. You draw people into your orbit and you say, look, things are falling apart a little bit. Let's all get on the same sheet, on the same page again. Let's find out where the squeaky points are and let's start greasing those squeaky points and try to get everybody meshing and merging back on the same path. Get that wheel moving in the right direction. But again, I think it's collaboration, reaching out for some counsel. Two heads are better than one, as they say, and I know where to go. I already have people that I go to for help, for mentorship. I will always have a mentor. If I became chairman of the board of Toastmasters someday, I'm going to have a mentor, someone that I can go to for help.
Okay. Well, how are you going to stay motivated throughout the whole year with all of these different area directors and all your responsibilities?
How am I going to stay motivated? Was that the question?
Yes.
I'm a highly motivated individual. If you go to my club, Alamo Heights, and ask them, I'm motivated to the point I'm obnoxious. I really believe in this program. It's not a program where we're going to march across the stage and get a bachelor's or master's or doctor's degree. But for me at this point, it's a self-improvement program. I'm very motivated, and I believe that it's contagious. And I believe I can convey that to my area directors. Again, if I give them a very focused goal, a vision of where we want to go. I think that, if I might be just a little critical for a minute, I think sometimes that's lacking. I think that our clubs sometimes tend to be lonely hearts clubs or comedy clubs. And I think that's all good. People know I like to cut up. I started this interview off cutting up with a few silly comments. But I think we have to be sober about it. We have to blend that comedy and that lighthearted air, and get serious. I have talked to some highly qualified people who have come into our club in years past. I belonged to the club 6 years and they never came back. And I contacted them and I said, hey, what's going on? We really miss you. Hey, sorry, I just didn't feel like there was any substance there. I really need some help. I really want to improve, and I didn't feel that was the place to get it done. So I think I think it's contagious, and I think I can motivate the area directors to get on board with me.
And your last question, how will you do differently than other past directors?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that because I don't know what they've done. But I do know this. I believe a man or a woman should speak well and dress well. And I believe Toastmasters is an excellent forum for doing that. Something that was said previously by the other candidates is that you have to find out what the people want. One of the things that I push at Alamo Heights, Bill can testify to this, Tracy can testify, if I'm going to be remembered for anything, hopefully they don't try to forget me because I can be obnoxiously ambitious, is mentorship. I push that every meeting. I asked our club members, who does not have a mentor? Because if you don't have a mentor, Pathways is going to eat you alive. It's not intuitive. You need help. I believe in Pathways. I don't necessarily like the way it's structured, but if you will engage Pathways seriously with a mentor, I believe you'll start appreciating the value of it, and you'll start seeing progress. And the thing that I think retains club membership is when people come in and they can see they're making progress. They feel it rather than just sitting there listening to a good joke, listening to a good speech. When they show up there, they're saying, hey, I'm improving, I'm making progress here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Well, thank you, Betty. Thank you, Mark. Well, thank you for stepping up to run for Division H director. That's a tremendous help for our district. Next, I'm going to introduce Nichelle Stone, one of our committee members, to interview District 55 Division J candidate, Bill Carr.
Thank you. Hello, Bill.
Hello, Nichelle.
Hi. The first question is, describe a successful team you led.
There's been more than one, but I will take one where I was project director for the beta trials for CDMA telecommunications, and I had teams in Australia, Canada, Brazil, and the United States. And it was very much a challenge of every week being in listening and getting reports from each of the team leaders, and also getting information to them from senior management on where things were going at this time. So we successfully completed all the beta trials, and each of the customers who took part in these trials became customers for our product. This was done entirely before the day of Zoom, so we had to use a combination of real-time communications and effective use of email. Does that answer your question, Nichelle?
Sir, thank you. Thank you. The next question, what leadership skills and experience can you bring to the district?
What leadership skills can I bring to the district?
What leadership skills and experience can you bring to this district?
Okay. I have been area director for 3 times in division in District 55. And one of these was during the COVID era, which was a additional challenge. One of the 3 times I also got the area to be distinguished. So, and by that means we had one new club that came into District 55. So as far as skills, I've been also been along with Lark Doley, I helped form a new club in the North Shore of Lake Travis and brought that successfully to becoming a club. And I have also been a club mentor for 2 clubs. So I think I've shown various leadership skills and ability to form teams and make sure that communication is effective and is in both directions. And one thing I have been studying and looking at, which I'd like to bring to Division K, is make sure that we are being ethical leaders. Because I think this is very important to gain the trust and respect of the people within the team. Nichelle.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you so much. Next question. Describe your role and responsibilities and how will you achieve the district mission?
Well, first of all, I'd have to find out where the mission was for the next year and make sure I understand it. And I think one of the things as division director I have to do is make sure that I let people do their jobs and don't try and do it for them, to make sure they are capable, prepared, and equipped to be area directors under me, and to keep it in touch that they are in fact doing their job. And communication is something I believe I'm pretty good at. And listening, effective listening is key to this, but not also but as Mark brought up, what happens if someone you think you know suddenly goes off to him? You have to ask the question, is there anything going on which is causing you to behave differently? I think that is a very important thing, because in this day and age, with so much stress and different types of relationships going on, and you find out that someone had a wife who's very sick, and it's obviously the reason that they're no longer there in top. So getting support for that person, perhaps someone to be his co-director, that is a thing which I think is important to, as being a division director.
Thank you, Bill. That also leads into my next question. How are you going to mentor and support your area directors?
Well, the first thing is to build a relationship with them, to understand what their goals are. And so, I mean, beyond Toastmasters, what is driving them to want to be an area director? Is there something beyond Toastmasters, which is the driving force? And also to make sure they feel comfortable to come to me when they have something that they need to discuss. Because I'm a great believer that communications flows up and flows down. And if they have some issues that they feel they need help with, then I want them to be able to come to me with that, and we can come up and work for a solution together. I think one of the things that people have to be in this position, they have to be honest, you've got to be fair, and you've got to be respectful. These are key three things. And when you're making a decision, maybe it's one not everyone agrees in, what are the consequences of taking that decision? I think that is something we have to consider always. And believe me, given what some clubs will run into, that discussion will take place.
Thank you. Thank you. I have one last question. What innovative approach will you bring to the division director role? What is your innovative approach that you will bring to the role?
I will try and make sure that our division is using the best tools available, and that when I've learned something which is beneficial, I make sure it gets transmitted not only to the areas, but the area governors will take it down to the clubs. Because I think things are changing so fast. Things we thought were true last year, we find out perhaps are not true. And artificial intelligence is making it worse. We have to make sure we have a hold in reality, and that we don't go down rat holes or rabbit holes, and stay on course to try and make sure we do help the district achieve its goals by Division J being a distinguished division.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That concludes my questions. Would you like to make a closing statement?
Sorry?
Bill, would you like to make a closing statement? That concludes my questions.
Yep. One of the things that I've observed that I've not heard in this meeting so far is a way to get people onto pathways is to let them come up with speeches they want to make, then match that speech to pathway. Just starting from a pathway project and trying to find a speech to fit, to me, is not a very efficient way of doing it. People have things they want to speak about. We should help them to match it to a pathway, so as well as they have the satisfaction of speaking what they know and want to speak about, that they're making progress through pathways. I think that is something which WAFA can relate to in our Lakeline Club. This is a way to get people more motivated because they're speaking about something they know about and want to speak about, and that makes it for a much better speech than trying to fit a speech into a pathway project.
Thank you. Thank you. Back to you, Madam Yuting, District Leader Committee Chair. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Nichelle, and thank you, Bill Carr, for running for Division J Director. That's all our candidates for today's showcase. Thank you all for being here. It's significant for our district. We have former leaders in this showcase. We have current leaders, and we have future leaders that are running for the positions. And I would like to see you all back on the election day. That's May 2nd, and best luck to all of you. In closing, I would like to invite our current district director, Wendy Lord, to make a closing remark in a minute. Would you like to do that, Wendy? You are muted.
It's been 5 years, people. When are we going to learn where the mute button is? I was just looking at my picture on the video Zoom and thinking, gosh, I look tired. Every district leader looks tired in April and then much more excited in May when the conference comes around and you get to hang out with all of your friends and enjoy the education sessions and the keynote speeches and just get revitalized into Toastmasters. I was thinking as I listened of what I said a year ago, of what I wanted this year to be for me and for District 55. And there were some things where I was thinking, wow, missed that. And some things where I was thinking, yeah, that's hard. And so many things where I was thinking was so worth it. It's the hardest thing I've ever done and the best thing I've ever done, despite the bags under my eyes. I am thrilled at the quality of the people who have stepped up. I love that all of you want to have fun. I will say I did not put fun first. I should have done. Do that. Don't forget. I'm excited about next year when I see all of you, and it will be my privilege to be your IPDD and support you and just watch what 55 can do with all of you in charge. So I can't wait.
Thank you, Wendy. Yeah. Well, thank you again. I really enjoyed all of your speeches, and I like Bill Frederick's comment that we have been a strong district and will continue to be a successful district. That's very encouraging. I hope the whole district hears that voice. And Tracy James will go after you as I learn it. So that's very good for our leadership team. And Dawn thrives when it's difficult. And I see that Mark is a very a humorous leader. That's excellent. And Bill Carr's experience will bring a lot to our table. And Julianne has so much she wants to contribute to our leadership team. Thank you all for your contribution and the leadership. I wish our district the best luck to for greater success. That concludes our showcase, and